Hello and welcome to Don't Bury the Lead. This is a small clip from Dom and I recapping Smackdown. We thought highly of Ricochet after the last couple of weeks of watching Smackdown, and we ranted and raved about it. So this is what the video is. Thanks
Can
for
we
joining.
talk about how Ricochet is really the new kind of enhancement talent where he's not a jobber who gets squashed because you're not supposed to really have squash matches on your big live 2 hour shows in prime time.
Yeah.
But he's a guy who, he keeps getting beat,
Yes, he
but
loses
he keeps
constantly.
getting beat plausibly without you thinking that without you thinking that he has no chance.
Yeah. It's
Solo
interesting that,
Sikoa beat him a few weeks ago. They're trying to establish Solo Sikoa as the hitman and the street fighter of the bloodline. So Solo Sikoa beats him. They need somebody for Rey Mysterio to go over with in that fatal four-way for the number one contender spot to the IC. Who is it? It's Ricochet, who winds up in that match and in the ring with Rey when Rey gets the pinfall. And then this week, he's the first real opponent for LA Knight in his return to WWE after being an NXT star and an Impact Wrestling and NWA star. And it's Ricochet. So he's in the ring with all sorts of people for all sorts of reasons. He's always putting people over, and yet he looks formidable enough to do it. And like he's working his style of match, and yet still making the other guy look good. And I
yeah.
got to give props to Ricochet as sort of in a smart mark kind of way, where yeah, I get it. Like pro wrestling is scripted, but that doesn't mean it's just so easy to write a script and to have it executed.
Yeah, yeah.
The script's got to be believable and logical, and the guy in the ring has to make it believable and logical. And
Oh,
props to Ricochet for being able to put over a wide variety of guys without himself becoming squash fodder.
yeah, he's not like a guy I would say, hey, oh God, Ricochet's out. He's here to lose again. I'm looking forward to the match when he comes out. He's consistently lost, but has looked strong, bizarrely. And
If
he'll
he
have
won, would you be like, oh, what a shocker? Or would
he,
you be like, okay, that makes sense. The guy can wrestle.
yes, yeah, yeah. You'd be like, okay, cool. They're kicking him a W, which would make sense. And I'll tell you what, like you said, props to Ricochet. Definitely props to him for putting his ego behind him and saying like, I'll go out and do these jobs and wrestle really good matches with these guys and just put them over and like see where that takes me rather than being like, I want to be the champ. Like a lot of wrestlers get like that. They just want to be the champ.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to go over. They want to be shown in a good light and they won't do stuff like put people over. So the fact that he's a good enough of a sport to be like, losing all these matches and then still putting together good matches. Yeah, kudos to him. I mean,
He
it's a
was on
tough
the
job.
offense most of this match here, and they had LA Knight win in a very heel fashion.
Okay.
He basically reversed the roll up, held the tights, then held on to the middle rope out of the view of the official so that Ricochet could not then reverse again. And he
Mm.
got the pinfall that way and just slid it out of the ring.